conversation out there that the Giants have now the 6th and the 17th pick in the draft. They may wind up trading both of those picks to one of those top 5 teams, and to make sure that they get Haskins. Correct.
Oh, okay. Right, because for all we know, Arizona might take Kyler Murray.
I'm not worried about Kyler Murray. I'm worried about Dwayne Haskins, even though I'm an Ohio State hater, but I'm married to an Ohio State fan, so I unfortunately know enough about him to know that I would like him in blue. I can handle that, just like Saquon. Saquon's a Penn Stater, but you know what? He's also a Lehigh Valley kid.
Oh, there you go.
He's a Lehigh Valley kid, so he's home. It's fine. But yeah, I let me tell you, I feel bad for you guys as Steelers fans because you're having a crappy week, and I'm over here partying.
Did you see?
This is great.
There was a tweet. It said Saquon Barkley right now, and it was
it was Fresh Prince.
Yes, it was the Fresh Prince just looking around at an empty room.
Well, in fairness, Sterling Shepard's still there, so I'm really excited to see what Sterling Shepard can do out of the number 1 slot. And actually, Roger Shepard did well late in this. So the Giants actually kind of shot themselves in the foot here. So I was absolutely rooting for them to tank again, because I'm a horrible human being, and I just,
No, tanking is good. It's better to tank than to go 8-8 and have like the 15th pick and
exactly. But the problem was they showed up in the second half of the year, and they really had me worried. And especially when they played the Buccaneers, and they and the Buccaneers had the same record, and so the Giants and the Buccaneers finished with the same record, but the Buccaneers are in the 5 slot, and there's rumors that even the Buccaneers could potentially take a quarterback because of the whole Winston situation. Because even though Bruce Arians is a rumored quarterback whisperer, there has, and I will tell you, there hasn't been a lot of talk around here about the Buccaneers. There's usually people, when Dirk Cutter was the coach, they like talking about him just because, that's a funny name, Dirk Cutter. Huh. But with Bruce Arians, they're kind of like afraid to say anything about him.
Well, from what I understand, they whoever was going to take the job as a Tampa Bay coach, they told him listen, you're married to Jameis Winston, so you got to make this work. You can't, you got to, it's either, none of this Fitzpatrick crap, no Fitzmagic going on.
Fitzpatrick, they've already said Fitzpatrick is gone. They were just saying that on the radio the other day because nobody around here really cares about the Buccaneers. We all root for someone else.
Oh yeah, I mean
there are Buccaneers fans, but
we saw that when I went to the game in Tampa last year, the Steeler game in Tampa. So I saw that it was 20,000 Steeler fans. So I can understand that they're not locally really that intense.
No, and when I went to the Giants game, I would say it was 60% Giants fans.
Yeah, it was a lot of Steelers fans there. It was quite amusing.
Yeah.
And makes it more fun.
So in the course of basically 3 days, the entire AFC North has just gone upside down.
Yes, it has.
The Browns are adding like crazy. Did you see they might get Earl Thomas? So much for I was like, they're
looking at him now. I saw that, trying to sign him to a 3-year deal, and I'm like, man.
So
they're trying to pull like a NBA thing, and that they'll be better, but that doesn't always work in the NFL, though.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, and the NFL is so weird too, just because of how easily guys get hurt compared to other leagues, and you've only got 16 games a year, and a lot of times if these guys get hurt, they're out for at least a quarter of the season, if not more. So, you're taking a big gamble here, but hey, good on Cleveland for trying.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying. They're taking advantage of the rookie quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're smart.
God.
Yeah.
2 years ago, they were 0-16. That's good. Good for them. And then the Ravens, they're falling apart.
Oh yeah, they're just totally.
Yeah.
I don't think they have any. I think they have no defense. Literally, there are no defensive players on the team right now.
Which is funny. Has that ever
It's all tight ends.
has that ever happened in the history of the Ravens? Because you think about like literally from the day they moved to Baltimore from Cleveland, they've always had a defense. Always.
Yeah, Ray Lewis went with them. He started that. He was there, I think, when they moved, right? He was on Cleveland, I think so.
I believe so. I actually saw the Ravens play the Giants in a preseason game in their first season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the old Meadowlands.
The old Meadowlands.
I think it was 96. That sounds right. Yeah, but don't worry about the Bengals guys because they signed Bobby Hart to a ridiculously big contract and he's awful. So.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't worry anyway, but that just makes it even better. They're wasting money and cap on.
They just had a report today about like where do players want to go? Like if you're a free agent, all things being equal, what team would you want to play for? What city would you want to go to? And since Buffalo was the worst, Oakland was the second worst, and like Cincinnati was like in the top 5. Like.
Yeah, I've been to a Bengals game and that place sucks.
It just sucks.
Yeah, I mean, Joey, you know this. I don't think you know this, Mark. I lived in Columbus for 5 years before I moved to Florida. So I never made it up to Cleveland for a Browns game. But I did go to Cincinnati, and of course, I dealt with both Browns and Bengals fans.
That was fun.
I will say Browns fans are very easy to deal with, despite being Ohio State fans.
Yeah, they don't have much to back them up, so they're probably like easy to push over. They're just like,
Okay.
They're like me. They're self-loathing.
First of all, how weird is it that the entire state of Ohio must be Ohio State fans?
Yeah, right.
No, that is actually, so I will tell you, it's about 80% of the state. The northern part is actually mostly Michigan fans.
Oh,
okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Which is fantastic because Ohio, and I would say like since a lot of people in Cincinnati are actually Kentucky or Louisville fans.
Okay.
Because you're right on the river there.
Oh yeah, down there. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
So Ohio State fans like to forget about those people. I always liked making fun of Ohio State fans in my 5 years in Ohio just because they're easy to make fun of because anything that's not an undefeated season is a failure to them.
Oh yeah. The expectations are so high that
exactly.
It's easy for them to feel defeated.
Ohio State and
it's fantastic.
And Ohio State fans and Steeler fans are similar in that there's a bit of arrogance there. It's like, oh, the Ohio State way, which like they're entitled to a national championship every year. It's like Steeler fans think that they're automatically they must go to the Super Bowl every year.
Can you imagine being an Ohio State fan and a Steelers fan because those people do exist and they're the worst.
They're probably they're the.
I gotta tell you,
both
exactly.
Although Notre Dame fans are up there, though.
Oh God, literally holier than thou. Literally holier than thou. The Notre Dame fans.
I tend to make religious jokes towards Notre Dame fans, and I know I shouldn't do it, but I'm a Pitt fan. I'm a Pitt alum. So I really have no choice in the matter. Like, sorry, you put it on yourselves. Guarantee that you've never step foot on their campus, so I'm coming for you.
Another tweet was Tyler Palko. I think it was Tyler Palko put out a picture, or somebody did, of like show me a better group of quarterbacks, and it was Tyler Palko, Rod Rutherford and Joe Flacco. show me a better trio than this. I'll wait.
He's not wrong. Those were some epic uniforms back in the day.
That was were. And Tyler Palko beat Notre Dame and then dropped an F-bomb on TV. I'm so effing proud of these guys.
The hero we don't deserve.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta love that. It's like, well, we got Tyler Palko and we have Joe Flacco. Clearly, Tyler Palko. Now, Tyler Palko did have a pretty good college career, so you can't, you know.
Yeah, he was pretty solid.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Well, when Larry Fitz, Larry Fitz was a Rod Rutherford, but still, when you have all those players there.
Yeah, they had some weapons then.
They did. I mean, Pitt's always had weapons. They've just never known how to use them.
They never had the quarterbacks, really.
No.
Not since Marino.
Pitt has had great individual players, but the teams just don't do crap.
And then these guys succeed in the NFL, and it's like, if only they had the whole team. If only they had an actual team. Oh my gosh.
I think I saw a list there. I mean, they're still up there with like pretty decent number of Hall of Famers that went to Pitt compared to like, there's some teams that are like way ahead of them, but there's like a lot that are still, it has a pretty good lot of NFL.
Well, and then you even look at the modern Pitt players, like the modern Pitt alumni, you can make a case for Larry. Yeah, you can make a case for Larry Fitzgerald even in the Hall of Fame. Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald continuing this trajectory, it's wild.
Connor McCoy had a pretty good career.
The best part of any Pitt game is when they show that video of here's what current Pitt players are doing in the NFL right now, and it's Larry Fitzgerald scored a touchdown, Shady McCoy scored a touchdown, Aaron Donald making a great play. Like, how did we not win more?
Yeah.
Or how about starting this year? It's gonna be Chris Blewett making field goals.
Yeah, that's right. He made an extra point. Well, for Steeler fans, that's a huge deal.
Who would have thought that a guy with the last name of Blewett would not only be a good kicker, but good enough to be in the NFL?
And he would beat Clemson with an undefeated Clemson team.
Get killed. The poor guy. I mean, we knew about Blewett in Pittsburgh for 4 years.
Yeah.
Now the whole country's going to was like, wait. There's a kicker named Blewett.
I always wondered why, like, Pitt wouldn't have looked into him if they were looking for a replacement, just because he kicked at Heinz Field and he kicked pretty well there. So I thought maybe they would have always like kind of brought him in to see what he would do.
I was in total shock that he's going to be in the Bears signed him. My goodness. Why didn't you just get him?
I was surprised the Giants never looked at him because they have that wind factor over in Jersey as well.
Oh yeah.
Because you're right on the Hudson River.
Yeah, the river right there.
Yeah. It's okay. That Rosas is one of the few bright spots for them. So I am just excited to see the meltdown between today and the draft. I will have my figurative popcorn ready.
Yeah.
I am ready for all the armchair GMs.
Oh yeah, they're all out already.
Oh yeah, there are people I followed, like emergency podcast. We're having a meltdown. I'm like, I'm really sorry about your first world problems, but this is I'm not gonna go out there and I'm not gonna go out there and say that this is the greatest trade in the world, but I am gonna go out there and say that this is a good trade.
Well, if yours isn't the greatest, I don't know what we're thinking about the.
What loser makes a podcast like an instant reaction to a major trade of a wide receiver?
Who would do that at 5:30 a.m. on
That was me and Mark at 5:30 a.m. on this Sunday.
Hey, I told you, I fell asleep early. I woke up on the couch. It was like 4 a.m. and I looked at my phone. I was like, "What?"
Right.
And then you were like,
"That's exactly what happened to me." I'm like,
"What?" Well, in fairness, the Steelers got fleeced on the AB trade. Absolutely fleeced.
And there's nothing they could do about it, honestly.
It's like, okay, it was rumored they was going to go to Oakland. It's like, okay, we'll get the Oakland's one of the first round draft picks. Okay, that's fair. It's like, no, a 3 and a 5. Like I was in the anger stage of that.
There were a lot of people that needed a day to process. At the very least, a day to process.
And that I understand because that. Yeah, you're not getting your return there. With this trade, though, you're essentially getting 2 first-round picks because Peppers was a first-round pick back in 2017, I believe, and then a third-round pick. So you're
I think this is a great trade for both teams.
It's
solid. It works for. It would have been good if the Steelers got the Buffalo trade that was rumored out there. So.
Right.
Moving up into the first and getting like another round, like a third or a fourth or something.
Okay. Now, speaking of that, the reason they didn't get the Buffalo trade is because Brown wanted a new contract. I heard that Odell wants a new contract.
That is the rumor, even though the Giants literally signed him in the offseason. And Gettleman was quoted as saying 2 months